You're listening to the Daily Coach Podcast, where you'll discover some of the best and most creative ways to level up your life by leveraging the power of self-coaching. A place where thinking outside the box and dreaming big is the norm. If you want real, actionable, and proven ideas that can help make your personal dreams a reality, then go ahead and visit us online at thedailycoach.me. Now, here's your host, Orville J. Parker, aka Coach.
Hey, what's up? What's up? This is your man, Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. Welcome to this video. Today I want to talk to you guys about toxic people, aka vampires. I want to hopefully try to give you guys a blueprint on how to either avoid or protect yourself against these kind of people in your lives. I've here recently, it seems like the Lord has been blessing me with the opportunity to deal with a lot of toxic people in my life, and I'm just going to share with you guys what I've been learning as I've been moving through this process and getting this education. All right. The first thing is that a toxic person, man, they're like a vampire. They're going to suck every little bit of life out of you they can. They're going to try to cause as much chaos and conflict in your life as they can. And this is the thing about a toxic person, a vampire. They're never at fault. It's never going to be them. That's the problem. It's always you. They don't take ownership of what they say and do. They want to put the blame on everybody else. They usually come dressed up in a victim role. They either could be passive aggressive or just straight out aggressive. And these kind of people you have to get out of your lives, man, because they're going to attack your spirit. They're going to attack your mind. A lot of times, if you're trying to work on things and build things, these are the kind of people that are going to prevent you from doing it. They're very anti-success for you. And I don't care if it's in your family, in your job, your business, or whatever. You're going to find these people. I've been watching for years, and they show their ugly, they rear their ugly heads in every organization, everything. So you can't get away from them. So the only thing you can do is learn how to manage the process, how to protect yourself from these kind of people. And one of the things that I've learned that helps me is that I try to feed myself a regular diet of positive information. So I'm consistently feeding my brain with the kind of dialogue and the kind of information that helps me think and act and create my type of reality, the type of environment I want. And that helps because you run into negative people daily. And that voice in your head has to be stronger than that voice in their mouth, okay? And so that's one of the things I do. I program my mind every day against this. I put the right type of information that's going to help me produce the right types of thoughts in my life. Okay, another thing that I do is I try to be conscious. I'm trying to be more aware, very intentional on listening and seeing what is what. And by doing so, I'm able to identify when an attack is happening. And an attack might not be a very abrupt thing. It might be a very subtle thing. And it might be one of your employees, okay, that's being defiant. If you say go left, they go right. You say go up, they go down. It might be a family member that's consistently nitpicking. It might be a friend. It might be anybody, And so you have to be able to identify the attack. Okay, but then also you have to put some processes in place, some strategies in place to be able to protect you when you are attacked. But in my case, what I'm learning now is how to take the offense, you know, how to go and do certain things ahead of time that's going to prevent an attack from happening. Or if I am attacked, I'm not just playing defense anymore. You know, I'm sticking and moving. You know, you trying to attack me, I protect myself, repel it, and then I'm hitting back. And I usually hit back by exposing it, by addressing it, you know, straightforward, and then by doing things to allow me to keep distance from that person. Okay. And it's going to be different in different scenarios, but you don't want negative people in your lives, man. I mean, because they would consume your mental capital. They would just be like a thorn in your flesh. And so you have to figure out how to have the type of mindset that allows for you to be able to rise above that particular situation at that time and to know what to do to stop it, but then how to either distance yourself or stay away from that kind of person. Or like I said, go on the offense, hit them back, you know, deal with them straightforward. All right. And as you do this, what you're going to do is you're going to start looking at your life. You're going to start auditing. You're going to start, okay, look, you know, this job is too toxic for me. Every time I walk through the door, you know, I'm fighting spiritually and mentally. You know, it's overwhelming with people who walk around with toxicity in their minds. Okay, so at this point, I can make a decision whether I'm going to try to stay in this toxic environment and make the best of it or even change it, or am I going to remove, turn, and burn, get the hell away from it so I can actually not have that in my life? You know, you have to ask that. If you're in a business, the same thing, or your customer's toxic, or your business partner's toxic, you know, your client's toxic. If so, you have to draw a line. You have to make a decision. You know, am I going to fire that client, that customer, that employee? You know, am I going to break off from that partner? How can I recreate my environment so I don't have to deal with all this toxicity? In your family and your friends, that's a whole different story. You know, if you're married to a toxic person, you got to figure out how to make that work. Either you're going to have to go over and above being positive and then trying to do these different strategies on how to help them come to a realization of what they're doing, because you can't change a person's mind. You know, you can't do it. All the thing you could do is present them with the information and the opportunities to do it. You know, one of the hardest things you'll do in your life is to try to change a person's mind. So whether it's a spouse, your kids, your husband, your wife, whatever, your cousins, your friends, relationships can be toxic. And what I want to tell you guys, you know, what I want to tell you, 2019, you do not have to settle for toxic relationships. You don't have to settle for having vampires in your life. People are going to suck your life, your blood, your spirit. You understand what I'm saying? One of the things I started doing a couple of years ago, I started being very mindful of this in my life. And I started consciously making decisions of how to either distance myself or even remove certain people out of my life that I thought brought a lot of toxicity with it. All right. In 2019, I'm going to be cleaning house further, because as I try to go to the next level, take myself to the next level, my family to the next level, and to walk out the purpose and the vision that God's given me, you know, one of the things I'm understanding is that certain people can't go to the next level with you. All right. Certain people are going to hinder you from going to the next level. And you have to be mature and awake and aware enough to understand this. You know, you don't have to settle for certain things in your life. You only choose to allow it in your life. Okay, so that's what I'm going to challenge you guys. I'm going to challenge you guys 2019, become more mindful, become aware, become more conscious of people in your life that are not adding to it, that are taking away from it, that are sucking the life out of it. If you have a negative person in your life or negative people in your life, come up with a strategy of how to protect yourself, how to repel, how to hit them back, or how to eliminate them out of your life, out of your business, out of your job. If you can't eliminate them out your job, it might be time to look for a different job. Business might be time to get rid of some partners, buy them out, sell out your share. Employees, get rid of them. All right. People in your family, you know, if you're married, you know, you got to figure that one out. But if you're in a relationship, you're not married, it might be time to call it quits. You know, if you can't get that person to be on the same page with you, if that person's causing you more misery, friends, you might have to leave a lot of them alone. That's one of the things I did really, learn and understand last year, that a lot of your friends and a lot of your family members you might have to leave behind because they're not going to go to that next level with you. And that's not saying that you don't communicate with them anymore. It's just that you create that space, that distance, to where they don't directly influence or impact or affect your life. All right, tough questions. You have to ask yourself tough decisions, but you got to realize you only live one life. You have a purpose, you have a destiny, and you should be committed to that more than you're committed to allowing somebody else to bring negative vibes into your life. All right, this is your man, Robert J. Parker, a.k.a. Coach. That's the challenge. Get your house in order. Get your life in order. Get rid of negative people. And I'll see you guys on the other side of success. Thank you.